had a few people ask about it. I'm going to go ahead and do a video with the tool trailer. There's people out there that got one that is far greater. They spent a lot more time, a lot more planning with ours. Mine's been kind of an evolution process. Pardon me, this is the second trailer that I've had. Unless you spend about $15,000 on one, the ones that you get for anywhere from, $5,000 to $8,000, you're going to have for about 3 years. If you tow with them on a daily basis, 5 days a week or more, you're going to go through them. They're just disposable, kind of, just the way that they're made and everything like that. Ideal is if you can find an old Ryder or U-Haul trailer to buy, get one of those, convert it to a tool trailer, and then you're going to have something that's going to last a long, long time. This one right here is a 7x14. And it's got the 3,500 pound axles on it. It's got trailer brakes. Always make sure your trailer's got brakes. Unfortunately, that came from having a ladder that was too far back on the rack, and we cut it too close and punched a hole. So I'll get a piece of diamond plate aluminum, go across there, dress it up a little bit, and then cover that hole nicely, and so we don't have any problems with leakage. It's been a great trailer. I think I've had it for about 2.5, 3 years. Got the ramp door on it. Unfortunately, I was not real smart when I bought this one, and I got it with a 6-foot height. You really need one with 7 feet if you're going to be game, because you're going to be taking in and out refrigerators and stacker washer dryer units and things like that. It's virtually impossible to get them in there. Otherwise, you got to lay them down. Of course, when you do that with a refrigerator, you got to wait a few hours before you plug it in and let the water or the oil go back into the compressor, so to speak. That right there is all our yard tools. You got your shovels, the rakes, 4-foot mahogany level, post hole diggers, hand sander for sheetrock and everything. I got a big tote right there. That's got all of our sheetrock supplies in there. We do a lot of sheetrock, a lot of painting. If it's a big painting job, I'll bring the other tote to the job site. Otherwise, we got a few brushes in there, rollers. We can, paint a bedroom or two, not a problem. It's just the thing that you run into is your space. And I like having this open to be able to lay sheets of rock down, plywood, or something of that nature. So we can put a 4x8 sheet, and then if you got a big stack, you can always set it in here and lean it up against that. You got this workbench right here. The door's already come off. That's one thing, when you have this equipment and you tow it at least 4 or 5 days a week, it's going to get used. It's very difficult to keep something for any length of time that's not really strongly made. I got all my PEX stuff in these two pack outs and everything like that, and then some other stuff down there. And then we've got this storage right here. Got the bungee cords to keep everything in place. Got our texture hopper. I put things like drill bits in my chalk line is right there. This kit right here is everything that you need to hang doors, and chisels, the jig for cutting holes and everything like that. And then anything else, we got a gallon of ceiling paint. We use that an awful lot. Then we got that sheetrock mud down there. Big thing of caulk. We do a lot of painting. Some pieces of pipe for doing repairs and whatnot. We got the air compressor right there. Got some PEX because we ran all new lines here at this $9,500 mobile home. Got that shelving unit right there. Got Bondo and some BIN stuff and roofing tar. Got some WD-40 in there, caulk gun, tie down straps and everything. This thing right here is worth its weight in gold. I know it seems like a lot, but here's the thing is, if it takes a man 5 or 10 minutes to get an extension cord and get it rolled back up, if you do that by 52 weeks, you've saved a tremendous amount of money by mounting one of these reels. We got one for the air hose, one for the extension cords as well, and it works out real good. All of my PVC fittings are in both of those boxes right there. Contractor bag, box full of trash bags right there. I have a toolbox that's set on top of this. We got rid of it because it basically just got beat to death and everything like that. So I got this new box right here, and we have stuff all the time falling out and whatnot, but we're going to eventually put an inverter in here as well and make it's got power on the inside. And nice drawers. Bought the Toolbox off Facebook Marketplace, I think $500. This is like my plumbing drawer right here. Makes it nice for organizing everything, keeping it all in line, and situated or assorted small screws. Like these sheet metal screws, I'll use those to do that chimney up top. And have some knee pads, some gloves. See about this one right here. Got the old Ramset gun, more of our finished nails and everything. Door shims, grinding disc, sanding disc right there. Carpenter pencils. It's you know, pretty cool tools. This one's really neat. This thing right here is worth its weight in gold. If you do a lot of trim work and everything, this is what they use to pull baseboards with. You hit it right there, and when you pry it up, it's not putting a hole through your sheetrock or anything like that. These things right here are just worth their weight in gold. That is a gold blat right there. Really nice piece of equipment. Need it. If you work on houses, you really need to get one of these right here for sure. See if we can see it any better. Yeah. Got a framing gun down there, mixing drill, jigsaw, big hole saw. We use that for putting those 6-inch LED pancake lights up in the ceiling on the sheetrock. Got some extra. You always want to be buying those, because if you're buying those, that means you're getting more properties. So we always like to take those and we store them up in here. And got a bunch of door shims back there. Got a book in case we need to do some wiring. Look at that. Always, I don't have all the answers, folks, but I do know how to find it in the book. You look in the table of contents, you can Google it, YouTube it, whatever. You know, you can always make it happen, so to speak. We got the table saw right there. Normally we got a chop saw that goes right there, but the other day I had to get a refrigerator for one of the units, and so I dropped it off to make room for the fridge. Suggestion to y'all, you get one of these toolboxes in your trailer, make sure that you always lock it before you take off, because these drawers sliding open as you take a turn, that will put a real hurting on them as they swing open. And so you want this, you know, all of this is going to have a life expectancy. It's not going to last forever like that. You know, I just try to make it as good as possible for as long as possible. And that's why you charge market rate for everything, because eventually you do have to replace your equipment. And that right there is a 6-foot Stabila level. If you ever are in the market for a level, God, whatever you do, don't go buy one at Harbor Freight, please. Okay, that one right there is about 250 bucks. It's well worth the money. Okay, and I know a lot of people be like, oh man, I can go $40 at Home Depot. Well, you can. All right, how long it's going to remain straight and true after it's been banged up a few times, that I don't know. But take care of your tools will take care of you. That's basically the tool trailer. That's what we go to every job site with. And you know, like I said, it does change out a little bit depending on what the job is. I mean, if we know we're going to be doing a whole house, then I'll bring the paint box and bring it. And if we're going to like scrape a ceiling and get the popcorn off and then go knock down or whatnot, I'll bring the big compressors for when we run the hopper. You can do it with the pancake compressor. It just takes so much time because you got to wait for it to build up pressure again, texture, then do it again, as opposed to when you have the big compressor, all that volume and everything like that. So the next trailer I get is going to be set up a little bit differently, and we're also going to set it up where it's got lights on the inside. It's going to have a 120 volt inverter, and it's going to be attached to a car battery that will charge as I go down the road. The reason for that is so that we can have our battery charger plugged in and charging. Whenever we stop, it'll automatically be charging. Going down the road, it'll automatically be charging, so we never have dead batteries.